if you have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. This is a look at the energies ahead for you for the rest of the month of May, Taurus season. Now, I pulled out a couple of astrological houses to see which ones might be in focus, especially for you this month. And we got the first house of your persona, how you present yourself to the world, how others first perceive you. It might not be your actual character, but it's certainly how you go about putting yourself out there, and for first impressions especially. And the fifth house of romance and creativity. So that is a couple of lovely houses here that do work well together, because obviously how you put yourself out there really does affect what you attract in romantically and creatively. So the very first energies that came up, I'm going to start with setting boundaries and releasing negativity. Now this does seem to be appropriate for both of these houses. Try not to set fire to anything here with my lovely candle. Setting boundaries is a very first house thing. It is like, this is me, this is what I will and won't accept. It is protection obviously, but it's going to be really important that you know where you start and stop and where other people begin, not merging. It's keeping your threshold kind of secure, and that will be really important if there is fifth house romantic energy on the rise. But it's also really good for how you put yourself about in the world, so that people know that you're a person of your word, that you have, you know, distinct boundaries about what you will and won't tolerate. Also, it's time to release negativity. So this is, you know, if you tend to go around with a persona that might be slightly negative or even cynical, it might be time to just release that, to soften a little bit and allow more fifth house creativity and romance energy in with hope and with positive feelings, because you've got the abundance card as well. So it is really time to attract good energy into your life by putting it out. Put it out to attract. The energy matches. When you're in this vibe, it will flock to you. And I'm feeling that this is positivity, having a positive sort of demeanor, if you like, and attracting in fifth house creative and romantic opportunities abundantly because you are in a positive mindset. Part of this seems to be mothering yourself, really being kind to yourself. I know it's Mother's Day coming up soon, so think about, you might have some mother wounds at play. It might be a painful time of year for you. Find ways to mother yourself, nurture yourself, look after yourself, be very gentle with yourself. Feed yourself nourishing food, nourishing thoughts, positive thoughts and abundant thoughts. That's going to be the key to success for you for this month, Earth signs. So let's take a look. I'm getting a little message here. Let me just tune into this. I'm getting to read both of these houses at the same time for you. So they are very related. As I said, how you put out your energy out in the world is going to affect what you get back. And look at the card that just jumped out when I was kind of not even ready yet. This is quite a card of being sharp, being defensive, but in a witty way, keeping people at arm's length with the power of your words. It's quite a scary energy. I know I'm guilty of this. You wouldn't believe it, would you? But I am guilty of this. So this is like the frosty, cold-hearted bitch, going out in the world with a cynical demeanor, cutting people off, or just feeling like I'm a creature of thoughts and intellect and not of heart and feelings. People might perceive you as this, and that you might be quite shocked. It's like, that's not how I am at my core. But as I say, the first house is very much the first impression. And you might be unknowingly walking around being a male or female, really leading with your intellect, your wit, your cleverness, and people might find it intimidating, and it might be affecting or blocking your abundance in this fifth house. And it's this negativity. The negative side of the Queen of Swords is frosty, cynical, sneering almost, judgmental, like really quick to judge things, especially how they first appear. So there is a bit of a message around really putting down your sword and warming up a little bit here. What else can we find out about this first house, fifth house dynamic for earth signs for the rest of May? Yep, it's your fears, your anxieties. Look, your fears and anxieties are keeping you up at night, keeping you in this loop of self-protection through your intellect, and it is blocking the radiance of the sun. The sun really wants to come out for you this month. This is the card of unbridled joy, happiness, warmth. It is the antidote to frostiness, cold, air sign, rational energy. So that is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius can be. But this is just very wholehearted, enthusiastic, very innocent, beautiful energy. If you can harness that in your first house and radiant, if you can radiate out warmth and joy to everyone you meet, that is going to come back to you 1,000-fold. I actually had a guided kind of intuitive message about the defense mechanism of being judgmental. The antidote to it was childish joy. This can indicate a sort of intellectual need to be smart, to be seen to be smart. It is a wound. It is the need to be the smartest person in the room and have everyone know it. It is a real thing that you hide behind or can hide behind, just because of a childhood wound where maybe someone made you feel dumb or stupid or not following along. And you know, anyone who's struggled with ADD or dyslexia knows this situation, and there's a real overcompensation of needing to lead with the intellect. Also, when you have to intellectualize your emotions because maybe you were unfairly treated, you didn't get the love you wanted as a child. Most of us didn't get the love that we needed in the way that we needed it. We got love in the ways that our parents could deliver it to us, and it might have just left us feeling under-nurtured. So we rationalize that, and that we don't need emotions, and that thought is what's important, and being clever and smart. Who needs those pesky feelings? Who needs those pesky hugs? And this whole idea of being seen to be smart, the antidote is to have a beginner's mind, to admit that you don't know anything, to go with the flow and just really open up to the wonder of life and go, well, I don't have any of the fucking answers. Because this person is keeping themselves up at night trying to figure out all the answers. So you've just got to throw your hands in there and go, I don't fucking know what the answers are. The arms open wide in this card are literally, I have no idea. So that is the antidote to getting rid of anxiety and overthinking, is to start to realize the limits of what, you know, and if you're negatively in your thoughts all the time and your intellect, it is just really crippling your abundance. So that is a really big message that I've just been given a big download. I haven't even pulled more cards. So what else does the universe want you to know about first house, fifth house, getting out of your head, connecting with the heart? This is very Leo, the sun. So it is connecting with joy and the heart, and just childish, silly shit that fills you with happiness. Could be eating a fucking ice cream, picking some dandelions, making a daisy necklace, daisy chain. Look, whatever it is, stop thinking, start feeling. It's going to lead to so, and then this mothering yourself is so important to this. Mother wounds just coming out all over the place here. The feeling of icy detachment from the mother. And you might not even realize that you do feel this way. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But if you examine, take a deep look, you might be quite surprised to find that you do rationalize so much. Just imagine nurturing a little baby, or a kitten or a puppy, and just lavishing it with love. Just really beaming all your love at a kitten, a puppy, or a little baby. And just imagine that little kitten or puppy or baby is you. You have the power to lavish all this love and sunshine on your baby self. And it can be a very profoundly moving experience to do that. What else do earth signs need to know this month, rest of the month of May, about the first house and fifth house? There's abundance waiting here, so waiting in the wings. What do we need to know? Oh, 2 cards. Okay, wild card energy and tower. I'm loving this in this reading. This is 2 elements of shocking, surprising events or breakthroughs in your psyche, in your emotional psyche, how you put yourself out to the world, taking risks, being struck by lightning, and having a massive realization or a massive just desire to get out of this fucking limiting headspace where you're just in nightmares of overthinking. This is your month to crack open, to get rid of these self-limiting ways of communicating, of being perceived by others. Joy, absolute joy and celebration is here. When you do that, you will find there is so much this love around you from your friends, from potential romance, just general people in the street. There is so much joy is contagious. So when you open yourself up to beaming joy, you get joy back, and abundantly so. What else do we need to see here? Okay, you are really uncertain about the way to proceed, or trying out this new persona, or channeling this energy out of you, first house, because it is your energy, it is in you, it's allowing it out, allowing it to shine through, to radiate it. Don't gatekeep your joy through this frosty lens that you show yourself to the world in. This joy is in you, it's in your heart, and you just have to transmit it through your first house to attract the fifth house. So hopefully I'm making sense with this. But there is an element of uncertainty around you at the moment. But look, you've been asked to roll the dice, take the chance. And we got the convertible card out, which is free will, possibilities. This is like taking the roof off the car and letting the wind blow back your hair. Really freedom, enjoyment, trying different alternatives, turning left instead of normally turning right, enjoying the feeling of the sun on your face, and it might rain and your roof's down. You can howl with laughter. It's all about this sort of joyfully taking life as it comes and rolling the dice and thinking, what on earth will happen? Who knows? Because guess what? That's what happens when you stop overthinking and stop keeping yourself awake with these circling thoughts and anxieties. Rolling the dice. There's a really fantastic book called The Dice Man about a guy who just decides to roll the dice. He randomly assigns, 6 different possible choices, and he'll assign them in his mind or write them down, and he'll say, what should I have for dinner, and rolls the dice. He ends up making quite freaky life decisions. It's a fiction. Quite saucy, this novel. I did really, really enjoy it. It's been many years since I read it. But it is really quite dark, but also quite enjoyable. So seek it out if it sounds interesting to you. But you really are being asked to take some gambles. And if you don't care about the outcome, you're much more inclined to find joy by just letting go of the importance of everything. It's not vital. We're all going to die. I mean, take some chances in your life. Let down your guard. This situation will improve. There is happiness and contentedness coming for you. Now, for some reason, you're being asked to use tact and diplomacy. So this radical shift that you might have, you might be quite inclined to come in, let it out hard and heavy, go hardcore. So you might just need to, these powerful energies that are shifting you, you just might need to assimilate them and not just blow out your whole new personality in a way that freaks somebody else out, especially if it's romantic related. If you decide to take a gamble, ask a person out, you might not want to come at them with full force, because you might be feeling this exuberance and excitement in your heart, which I hope you do. But let's just not freak anyone else out with the intensity that might take them aback. That will be counterproductive. So let's pull some cards here for energies to lean away from and energies to lean towards. Okay, this is wonderful. Energies to lean away from, we got the Fool card in reverse, and I usually do take whatever comes out in energies to lean away from. I do normally look at the reverse because that is, usually the negative. So lean away from holding back. Lean away from being afraid to start something new. Are you detecting a theme here, earth signs? Because I am. Yeah, so the fall is all about embarking on a new journey, just like trusting the universe that things will work out in your favor and that abundance will just flow to you when you are in, especially when you're in a flow state. So don't limit yourself by expecting the worst. Release that negativity to unlock your abundance here. Definitely still keep your boundaries. So you've got to rein it, you've got to keep your shit together, you know, but don't be afraid to start something new or take a chance, take a leap of faith. Energies to lean towards a Queen of Cups. Now that could be a water sign individual, so that is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But it really is about unlocking your compassion, your emotions, your warmth, your caring. And I'm drawn back to the Mother card, Mother yourself. When you care for yourself, you can care for others. It is also part of your boundaries, self-care. But open up, lean in towards warmth and letting your love out so that other people can connect with you emotionally. It's about empathy, intuition, compassion. So lean into those energies. Queen of Cups is someone who's very, very nurturing, very motherly, protective, like a big mama bear. Lean into that energy. If that energy is calling to you or coming from you, lean towards it. Let's see, I want to get more information about this wild card and the sudden enlightenment here that sort of cracks you open. What can you tell us about this for earth signs? Fantastic. Wow. So this is releasing toxic habits, toxic beliefs about yourself, toxic behaviors, things that have kept you playing small, made you afraid to really show who you are. Any kind of habit, a coping mechanism. Mothering is, you know, people with addictions quite often are filling a gap in their feelings of being supported and nourished. And you know, I'm thinking food, I'm thinking alcohol, I'm thinking drugs. They can really fill the gap, a wound about self-love, self-care. They really they make you feel good, let's face it, or they can do. I don't want to be promoting such things because they get toxic. Things that bring joy, you know, ice cream brings joy. Eating 2 litres of ice cream a night does not bring joy. So it is coping mechanisms that have become toxic. These are falling away. There's some realization here or it just might fall away from you without you even understanding why or how this has happened. You might just suddenly wake up and go, that's amazing. I don't have that craving anymore. I have no need for that. You're filling yourself up. Your cup of love is overflowing. Your self-love is starting to overflow and getting rid of this toxic stuff. You might just wake up one day and feel like my life's changed. My inner world has changed and I don't even know why. Go with it because there's a lot of that around at the moment. So this is leaving because your self-love has really ramped up. This mothering yourself is paying off. You are releasing this negativity, this toxicity. I'm loving this for you. And look, you are the abundant person, happy in your life, in your garden. And so when you have this abundance, when you feel so secure in who you are and what you're about, you're so happy with yourself, you know that you can nourish yourself, look after yourself, you have stability, you have abundance, you have balance, you have everything you could wish for. Except only one thing that's missing is the 10th pentacle. This Ace of Pentacles is the only thing missing that would give you the long-term relationship with someone else. And that is the lasting legacy, the family, happily ever after kind of life scenario in the Pentacles realm. And this really is coming for you this month, this reaching out to someone emotionally because you are in this really stable place now. You're not part of this anymore. You have moved from the darkness to the light, and this is you. So 3 more cards, please, for earth signs for the rest of May. Abundance, again, fertility, merriment, plenty, wealth. I mean, it's here for you this month. Really lean into it. So get out of your own head. That is the big message for this month. Really get rid of all those worries and concerns that keep you awake at night, that circular thinking, living in your head. Start experiencing life. Don't keep people at bay with your sword of wit and brains. You really do need to pull your head out of the sand. This is fear-based thinking. You know, it's ignoring the truth, ignoring your own reality. It's all of that. So it could not be clearer for you this month. And can you do it? The answer is yes. This is coming for you, this abundance. And it's happening in your first house of yourself, how you put yourself out into the world and what you attract in creatively and romantically as a result. Just because, 3 more cards to sum up from here and a couple more word cards. Actually, okay, no more focusing on disappointments and the lack in your life. No more crying over the spilt milk. Look around you. There is 2 of Cups, which is soulmate love, happily ever after, standing right behind you that you're ignoring because you're only focusing on the spilt milk. You are maybe too much of a loner, going within. You know, there's a certain amount of illumination and self-study, which is handy, but don't live in that realm because look, you've got the Lovers card here for you this month. This is about partnership, joining forces. It's not being that solitary, frosty person anymore with the self-protection mechanisms. Because this is 5th house and because the Lovers is coming out, this is romance related. It can be. It doesn't have to be. It could be just a new getting in touch with your own creativity because you're opening up that heart chakra, which is where creativity comes from. It goes from your heart to your throat, so you give voice. You put it out into the world, 1st house. You exude your creative impetus. But I will just pull, how many cards? 3 from this deck, Messages of the Heart, just to see what is coming up, what this deck has to say about this month for you. Okay, you've been betrayed in the past, hence the worry, defending yourself, feeling like if you can think about all the things that will go wrong, you can protect yourself against them because you've been so hurt in the past with betrayal. But you are getting this divine intervention tower moments here that change everything. So that's this card. This is the bolt of lightning that gives you, it's a realization, it's finally seeing with clarity. This, you know what, when a lightning strikes, everything is thrown into sharp relief. And it's the light in the darkness. And that is you being able to let go of this toxicity, to embrace the love. And so there is this divine intervention moment, this big wake-up call for you, where you will see everything clearly, see what needs to happen to get to the Lovers. And leap of faith. So go for it. Remember, that was the advice we got to lean away from Fool in reverse. Don't shy away from this leap of faith. You are being guided towards it. One more. One more. There might be choppy waters, but go with it. Because any change is going to feel threatening. But there is so much love and joy here. You will probably want to go back to your fears and protecting yourself through trying to figure out what you would do in every certain situation. But you have so much strength. Just remember, you have boundaries. You set your boundaries to protect yourself and to help you feel strong and to know that you can cope with anything. So if there are any choppy waters along the way, don't revert to that. just go with it. Just know you can write it out. Just roll with everything is what I'm picking up. But don't get stuck in your head. That is going to take you backwards. Backwards to that Queen of Swords energy, where you're not moving from a place of trust, you're moving from a place of defensiveness. And remember, we got the Queen of Cups as the energy to go towards. Someone really, use your energy that is from the heart, not from the brain. So I hope that helps you, Earth signs. That is just a quick look ahead at the rest of the month of May for you. Of course, it may not resonate with everyone, but if you would like a personal reading rather than this collective one, email me on orders@abundancelovejoy.com. I would love to do a reading for you, or visit my Snipfeed page to see what the options are, snipfeed.co/abundancelovejoy. Meanwhile, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love and joy for the rest of the month of May and beyond.